In NCAA Division II, student-athletes leave a lasting impression on their communities. That's because Division II student-athletes want to make a difference and truly be part of their surrounding communities. Through community engagement, thousands of student-athletes from various backgrounds interact with community members who view them as role models. This interaction leaves a positive and perhaps even life-changing impression on all those involved. In Division II, we rise to the opportunity and make community engagement ours.
Being a champion takes more than talent, more than the perfect pass, more than using your head. Being a champion takes the spirit to always push harder, the ability to overcome any hurdle, and the fire to be the best. Welcome to Division II, where the pursuit is yours to create. And the question isn't, can you do it? It's, will you?
Being a champion takes more than skill, more than endless drills, more than using your head. Being a champion takes the heart to give it your all, the agility to thrive from any angle, and the relentless drive to be the best. Welcome to Division 2, where the pursuit is yours to create, and the question isn't, can you do it? It's, will you?
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back inside Royal Broman Pavilion. Tonight, the Seattle Pacific University Falcons get their season kicked off against the Chico State, California University Wildcats, as they are from the CCAA, the California Collegiate Athletic Association, picked to finish 4th in the preseason poll in that conference out of 14 teams in the CCAA. And, or did I have that backwards? I believe there are 12. There are 14 in the Pac West. As we've just seen a Pac West team and a CCAA team go at it a little bit ago. Cal Poly Pomona took down the Cougars out of Azusa Pacific by a count of 66-58 in the first game tonight. This one coming up, both of these teams playing their first game this year. And a lot of teams in action in not just the GNAC and the CCAA, but also the Pac West, the whole West region. Pretty much everybody in action tonight. Chico State, with Kevin Medore taking over for Greg Klink, who just retired on Monday. And so Kevin Medore gets the interim head coach tag. He's been on staff for the Wildcats for a few years. This is actually his 4th year on the staff of the Chico State Wildcats, as Kefri Fazio knows all about being an interim head coach. He had his interim tag removed. He is now in his 2nd year with SPU. And so a couple of young head coaches, so to speak, going at it tonight. Falcons last year finished 17-15, 10-8 in the conference, and they're picked to finish 7th in the GNAC this year. Starting lineups quickly: Trey Taylor, a junior from San Diego, California; Miles Daniels, this is for Chico State, a junior from Concord, California; JoJo Murphy, a junior from Oakland, California; Isaiah Kerr, a sophomore from Palo Alto, California; Caden Harris, a sophomore from right here in Seattle, Washington. And for the Falcons, Owen Moriarty, also from here in Seattle, a junior; Jackson Knapp seeing his first action for the Falcons, and the tip is won by SPU, and it comes back to Mason Landek. Now Trace Evans with it, and Evans, the big Australian, backs into the paint and puts it up and in with the right hand. Evans, a junior, 6'9", 248. Landek out of Soap Lake, Washington, as this one is almost turned over, saved in bounds by Kerr. Henry Sandberg also in the lineup for the Falcons, a freshman out of Spokane, went to Gonzaga Prep, and he gets the start for SPU. Here's Kerr to the bucket, and he leaves it short, but he draws the foul. And so he will get to the free throw line. Isaiah Kerr transferred from the University of Montana. So did Jackson Knapp. So both of those players at Montana now on opposing sides in this game, as Kerr gets that one up on the rim and it rolls around and falls in as the Wildcats get on the board. Isaiah Kerr misses on the second free throw, and there's a 1-for-2 trip there to the free throw line. Falcons with a lot of new players this year. We saw Maui Z playing for Azusa Pacific earlier. They have lost Shaw Anderson as well, and some others, as Jackson Knapp had that one stripped away. Now Moriarty gets it back. Feeds it to Landek. He has it knocked out, and they're going to say last touch by Chico State. JoJo Murphy thought it was off of Landek, but they call it in favor of SPU. And so the Falcons able to keep the possession alive down on their offensive end. That one knocked away, though, and a good steal there by Trey Taylor to get a hand in there. Here's Murphy driving, going up over Moriarty, and he puts it in with the right hand. JoJo Murphy out of Oakland, California. 2 points for Murphy, and the Wildcats lead it 3-2. Chico located north of the Bay Area a little bit. Moriarty has it knocked away by Kerr, and they're going to get a foul. As Kerr got a lot of ball there, but a little bit of body as well. And so Owen Moriarty transferred from Bellevue College, went to O'Day High School here in Seattle, and really was a fixture in the starting lineup last year for the Falcons. Knocks down the free throw. And Moriarty averaged in double figures in points, almost 11 points per game, I believe. And that one goes down as well. That's from memory. I believe it was 10.8. Moriarty goes down here. And Wildcats with possession, trailing 4-3. Moriarty with a couple of free throws there. Kerr will go out to Murphy. And Murphy trying to get around Landek. Sends it back out to Caden Harris. And now the Falcons come up with a steal. And Landek taking it to the bucket, and he's blocked. Moriarty tried to get it to Landek for the finish. And the Wildcats able to get there. And now a floating jumper across the lane there from Miles Daniels. And Daniels is on the board with his first 2 points of the ball game. It's 5-4. Chico State with under 17.5 to play. Here's Sandberg stepping inside the arc from the corner. And Henry Sandberg knocks down his first shot. He's got 2, and the Falcons lead at 6-5. We saw a lot of lead changes in the first game, and this one following a similar theme so far. As this one down low, and in between a couple of Falcons, they're going to say he lost it out of bounds. Trey Taylor couldn't hang on to it, and the Falcons will take it back. 17:02 to play first half. 3 new starters, Moriarty and Evans, the returning starters for SPU, but Mason Landek, Jackson Knapp, and Henry Sandberg, as Evans goes baseline and reverses it up and in. Trace Evans with a couple of buckets already here in the early going. He's got 4 points. Sandberg, a freshman. Knapp, a junior transfer, as here's JoJo Murphy, and he'll throw it back out to Miles Daniels. Daniels gets down the lane but can't connect. However, the Wildcats get the offensive rebound. And then Landek, as he takes this one, kind of off the side of the glass there. Landek pulls up in transition and try to put in a 3. Evans is right there to clean it up, and another reverse lay-in for Trace Evans, who's really good around the glass. Shot a great percentage last year for the Falcons, and off to a great start here again this year. The junior out of New South Wales, Australia. Here is Kerr pulling up and leaving it short, but nobody was there to get it for the Falcons. Kerr goes to the bucket, couldn't get that one to go either. This time Jackson Knapp cleans it up. Landek in the front court, hands back to Sandberg. He'll pull up and put in an 18-footer. And the Falcons lead it 12-5. Sandberg with 4 points. Landek, a redshirt junior transfer. And Sandberg, a freshman, true freshman, went to Gonzaga Prep in Spokane. This is Murphy coming down the lane, and he lays it up and in. And he has 4 points here in the early going for the Wildcats. Falcons lead by 5. Here's Trace Evans in the post, going to work on Trey Taylor, and they help him out. Here's Moriarty, and that one knocked away, and the Wildcats end up with it. Moriarty couldn't get that shot off cleanly. And there is a bucket. Miles Daniels looking for an and one and didn't get it. Daniels with 4 points. And it's 12-9 in favor of SPU. Wildcats have scored the last 4 to get back within a possession. Landek going to pull up for 3, and that one is short. That is a hallmark of recent SPU teams, is they can shoot the ball from outside. We'll see how good of a shooter Landek is, as we haven't seen him yet in a Falcons uniform. But this one from the top of the key from Murphy is off the mark. And Mason Landek back the other way for the Falcons. Moriarty drives into the lane, has it knocked away momentarily, gets it back. Tried to get it to Evans, and we get a foul called, as Evans was fouled, I believe. And the foul called on Trey Taylor. That'll take us to our first timeout. 13:50 to go in the first half. And the Falcons lead the Wildcats 12-9. We'll be right back. Back inside Royal Brougham Pavilion, Greg Sexton with you on the SPU webcast. Got a radio broadcast going on as well. Chico State with a traveling radio broadcaster. But we're here on YouTube on the SPU webcast as well. And so you can watch it here. I know that the audio is a little bit ahead of the video. But that is kind of how our setup is, as both teams with some subs in after the timeout. Julian Mora on the floor with the ball now for SPU. Gets it to, I was going to say Schoenerstedt, but it's Grant Coleman. Schoenerstedt, there's a three by Mora. Schoenerstedt is not on the floor. That is Grant Coleman, a junior from Savoy, Illinois. 15-9, the Falcons lead it. And pass into the post there as they go to Caden Harris. No, I'm sorry, they go to Hugo Clarkin out of Newbury, England. One thing that I read on the Chico State website about Hugo Clarkin, his favorite athlete is Detlef Schrempf, which is that's going back a ways. Detlef Schrempf, obviously very popular here in Seattle, having played for the Washington Huskies and also having played for the Seattle Supersonics when they were around. And he's still been active in the community. Detlef Schrempf has. As a catch and shoot there by Max Walters. Couldn't get it to go. And we're going the other way. Jonas Latour into the game for SPU. And as I mentioned, Grant Coleman, Julian Mora, Sandberg, and Moriarty stay out there. And now we get another whistle here. And the official, not sure if maybe the didn't start the shot clock. There was some question about the clock here. Falcons will inbound it with 28 on the shot clock, as Mora will take it in the backcourt. Julian Mora missed all of last year with an injury, but really had a good freshman season the year before, and is looking to build on that. Mora pulls up from the free throw line, rattles it home, and the Falcons lead it by 8. 17-9. Miles Daniels back the other way for the Wildcats. Murphy will get it to Walters, and now back out to Daniels. Daniels stepping into the lane, puts up the floater. couldn't get it to go, but a foul called. Owen Moriarty commits the foul. That's his first. As Chico State also has Travis Hightower out there. Now he'll come back to the bench along with Murphy. Landeck will check back in for SPU. As the Wildcats have Caden Harris, Miles Daniels, Hugo Clarkin, and there is Isaiah Kerr laying that one up and in. And also out on the floor is Walters for Chico State. And it's coming the other way. Daniels lays it off for the big man, Hugo Clarkin, coming down the lane. 7-footer gets it done there for Chico State. They're back to within 4, 17-13. Under 12 minutes to play first half. Here's Latour. Latour finds Sandberg going to the bucket, lays it up and in. Good looking assist there from Latour. Sandberg able to fend off the defender and lay it up and in. And Henry Sandberg with a good start to his college career. He's got 6 in the early going. This is Harris, and he draws the foul. It'll take us to another timeout on the floor. I believe they're going to get Latour on the foul. And Kefri Fazio letting him know that he shouldn't have picked up a foul on that one, I believe is what he's saying. We're going to step aside on the SPU webcast. It is 19-13. Falcons have the lead. We'll be right back in just a moment.
Being a champion takes more than talent, more than the perfect pass, more than using your head. Being a champion takes the spirit to always push harder, the ability to overcome any hurdle, and the fire to be the best. Welcome to Division II, where the pursuit is yours to create. And the question isn't, can you do it? It's, will you?
In NCAA Division II, student athletes leave a lasting impression on their communities. That's because Division II student athletes want to make a difference and truly be part of their surrounding communities. Through community engagement, thousands of student athletes from various backgrounds interact with community members who view them as role models. This interaction leaves a positive and perhaps even life-changing impression on all those involved. In Division II, we rise to the opportunity and make community engagement ours.
Back inside Royal Brome Pavilion, Greg Sexton with you on the SPU webcast. 19-13, the Falcons lead the Wildcats with 11:16 to go here in the first half. And Caden Harris will step to the free throw line. Harris from here in Seattle. And his first free throw is up and good. And he'll get another one coming up here. Trying to get the Wildcats back within 4. And Harris taking his time up there. Rattles that one home as well. 19-15 is your score. Actually, on the Chico State website, they have Harris listed from Snoqualmie, Washington. On the roster, though, they have him listed as being from Seattle. And that one's stolen away by Julian Mora. They were trying to get it down low to Clarkin. Here's Mora taking it up with the left hand and kisses it off the glass for 2. Mora with 7 points off the bench for SPU. And the Falcons with a 6-point lead again. Harris now getting it to Walters. And now Walters gets it back and takes a 3, and that one is off the mark. Here's Moriarty getting to the bucket, reverses it up and in. Nice up and under move there by Moriarty, and the Falcons lead it by 8. 23-15. Timeout called by Kevin Medor. As the Falcons back out to an 8-point lead. This will be a 30-second timeout, so let's keep it here. As so far in this one, Falcons shooting 63% from the floor, 10 of 16. And the Wildcats 43%. Neither team has really gotten much going beyond the arc. The Falcons have hit 1 out of 5, and the Wildcats just 0 out of 3. Falcons 2 for 2 from the free throw line. Wildcats 3 for 4. 4 turnovers committed by the Wildcats, 2 by the Falcons. And Julian Mora off the bench for SPU has 7 points. 4 points apiece for Daniels and Murphy for the Wildcats. 7 for Mora, 6 for Evans, 6 for Sandberg for SPU. As we're back underway here. And this one, loose ball on the floor. Evans gets to it. And Trace Evans will get it across midcourt. Here's Moriarty, and he left it behind. Nice steal there by Murphy, and a nice spin move as well. And up and under, Trey Taylor lays it up and in. He reverses it off the glass. Here's Mason Landeck the other way. Evans gets fouled by Taylor. And Kevin Medor going to send in Isaiah Brewington out of Los Angeles, California. He's a freshman. 6'6", 245. And he'll go battle against Trace Evans. Evans has 3 inches on him, but they're about even weight-wise. This one knocked away and loose on the floor. And this will be a held ball. A couple of players went sliding after that one. 9:26 to play first half. Pretty good crowd on hand here for the Falcons home opener. It's not, the gym is not full. But I would estimate we have a couple hundred people in here. Kerr puts that one up and puts it in. Kind of had to fight for it to keep control of it, but got it up there and put it in. 23-19. Falcons' lead is now trimmed back to 4. Here's Trace Evans going around Brewington trying to. He has to kick it out. Now gets it back. And this time, Evans gets around Brewington and goes up with the left hand and puts it in. Trace Evans with 8 points here in the early going. 8:52 to play first half. Daniels will get it to Kerr. And now Harris is going to draw a foul. Actually, the foul is going the other way. It was an offensive foul on Brewington. And Sandberg will check back in for Mora. As the Falcons with their original starting 5 back out there now. Falcons look like they have a bit of a short bench. Several players not dressed tonight. Some of them, I think, are redshirting, but some of them are injured. Here's a 3 on the way from JoJo Murphy. And he had plenty of time to set his feet and put that one in. And the Wildcats back within a possession, 25-22. Sandberg steps back, takes a 3 from the corner. Henry Sandberg, the freshman from Spokane, has 9 points here in the early going. 28-22, Falcons by 6. Brewington with it. Hands off to Kerr. Kerr going around Sandberg. Evans tried to come over, but Kerr got to the bucket and laid it up and in. Got around Sandberg, and Evans couldn't get the shot blocked. 4-point lead for the Falcons. Here's Jackson Knapp. and he draws a foul. 7:31 to play. This will take us to another timeout on the floor. 28-24 Falcons with the lead. There's a foul being called, I believe, on Caden Harris. It is. We'll be right back on the SB Webcast. Falcons lead it by 4 as we welcome you back inside Royal Browan Pavilion. Greg Sexton with you on the SB Webcast. And been impressed with the freshman for the Falcons, Henry Sandberg. He's got 9 points in this game. 7 apiece for JoJo Murphy and Isaiah Kerr for Chico State. And Trace Evans also has 8 for SPU as he has the ball now. Hands off to Landek. And here's Moriarty finding Evans, and he steps into the lane and lays it up and in. And Trace Evans now the first to 10 points in the ball game. Julian Mora with 7 off the bench as well for SPU. It's 30-24. Falcons with a 6-point lead. Here's Kerr setting his feet for a corner 3. Couldn't get it to go. Rebound Daniels, and he puts it back up, and now they're going to call it technical here. As Miles Daniels was playing through some contact there, and he said something to an official. They're going to send Miles Landek to the free throw line, and he misses on the first one. Mason Landek, I'm sorry. Miles Daniels picks up the technical there, and Landek misses both free throws. So they didn't pick the right guy to go to the line on that occasion. But we'll see if Landek will go back to the free throw line in another situation like that in the future. 30-24 as the officials talking things over. The one official said it was Chico State's ball, but I believe on a technical should be free throws and possession. The officials know the rules better than I do. They do change it, and they give it to SPU, so I was right on that one. Landek missed a couple of free throws, but the Falcons get possession after the free throws. And Jackson Knapp will inbound it to Mason Landek. And he'll move it across midcourt. And we get a foul called on Trace Evans. I think they got him for a moving screen there. 5th team foul on the Falcons. The Wildcats have committed 7, so the Falcons are in the bonus. JoJo Murphy across midcourt. Brewington tried to set a screen. Murphy goes the other way and now kicks it over in the corner to Kerr, and Isaiah Kerr knocks down a 3. And the Wildcats right back to within 3. Falcons have tried to open up a little bit of a lead here. They've led by as many as 8. But Wildcats have hung around as Brewington knocks that one off of Evans, and the Wildcats take it back. Latour will check in now for Evans, and the Falcons, with kind of a small lineup out there at the moment, Latour is going to go up against Brewington. And Latour just 225. Brewington listed at 245, maybe a little bigger than that. Here's Murphy coming down the lane with a turnaround over Landak. Couldn't get it to go, but Brewington is there for the putback. And now we get a whistle. And I think they're going to get Kerr for coming over the back, as Chico State missed on a couple opportunities there. This is going to result in a 1-and-1 here. And Jackson Knapp will head to the free throw line. Junior out of Newcastle, Washington, just very close to here. As Kerr will come out and Ned Joyce will come in. Jackson Knapp played at Montana, but now returning to his home city, home area, I should say. And he gets both free throws. The lefty, 6'7", went to Hazen High School. And it's a 5-point lead for the Falcons. Daniels going around Moriarty. Cutting across the lane. Here's a three on the way, and nothing but net for Ned Joyce. Joyce just checked into the game and sinks his first three. And it's a 2-point game. Falcons with the lead. Mason Landak will get it to Owen Moriarty. Moriarty driving. And he's going to get the blocking foul called there. Chico State wanted a charge. And that one close. You're going to say that JoJo Murphy was moving his feet, not set. And so Moriarty does get to the free throw line. That's a call that could go either way. Mora will check in for Sandberg for the Falcons. Moriarty knocking down the first free throw. And his second one is good as well. 6 points for Owen Moriarty, junior out of Seattle. 4-point lead for SPU. And here is Daniels pulling up from the top of the key and knocking down a three. And the Wildcats have hit some threes here the last few minutes, getting right back into this ball game. It is 34-33. Not that they were ever out of it. The Falcons led by as many as 8 a couple of times. Here's Mora, and now Grant Coleman back on the floor. Here's Moriarty with the turnaround, and that one rims out. Rebounded by Caden Harris. Daniels trying to get it in, and does get it into Brewington. He puts it in with the left hand, and the Wildcats have taken the lead, 35-34. Falcons coming back the other way. Coleman will hand off to Moriarty. And now Latour going to take a quick three, and that one off the mark. He can hit that, but didn't hit that one. As Daniels gets that one, and they're going to give him the continuation, are they? Yes, they are. No, they're going to rule it. They're going to say it's no basket. Looked like the foul went on. They announced it as Caden Harris, but it was on Grant Coleman of SVU. And he comes off the floor now. Trace Evans back on. Here's a three on the way, and that is from Cortavius Taylor. Couldn't get it to go. Now coming out to Caden Harrison. He puts in the floater from in the lane. And with 4 minutes to go in the first half, the Wildcats with a 3-point lead, 37-34. Falcons have led for a lot of this game, but the Wildcats have closed the gap, and now Trace Evans had that one knocked away by Taylor. I think he got a piece of it, disrupted the shot. Taylor will bring it out to Miles Daniels. And now a three on the way from Murphy from the left wing, and that one's no good. Would have been a big shot if it had gone down. Falcons, though, now the other way. Landek launches a deep three, and that one's well off the mark. And Landek struggling a bit here in his Falcons debut. Moriarty comes over with the defense there on Taylor, and it's enough to get Taylor to miss the shot. 3 minutes to go first half. Here's Landek driving down the lane, lays it up and in with the left hand. And if you're not hitting from the outside, get to the bucket. Landek puts it in, and that's his first two of the game. Here's Murphy driving down the lane, and he puts that one in. And it's a 3-point lead again for Chico State. 39-36. Max Walters gets up off the bench, and he'll check back in for Chico State. Moriarty steps back, takes the three, and knocks it in from the top of the key. Owen Moriarty with 9 points. And the game is tied now at 39 apiece. 2:15 to play first half. Here's JoJo Murphy. And he lost it, but there to pick it up is Caden Harris. This is Ned Joyce driving. Latour got a hand in there and committed the foul. Minute 59 to play. And we'll get a timeout here. I believe this is actually the under 4 timeout. It is. So we will step aside here on the SPU webcast. 39-39 your score. Good ball game going on here between the Falcons and the Wildcats.
In NCAA Division II, student-athletes leave a lasting impression on their communities. That's because Division II student-athletes want to make a difference and truly be part of their surrounding communities. Through community engagement, thousands of student-athletes from various backgrounds interact with community members who view them as role models. This interaction leaves a positive and perhaps even life-changing impression on all those involved. In Division II, we rise to the opportunity and make community engagement ours.
Being a champion takes more than talent, more than the perfect pass, more than using your head. Being a champion takes the spirit to always push harder, the ability to overcome any hurdle, and the fire to be the best. Welcome to Division II, where the pursuit is yours to create. And the question isn't, can you do it? It's, will you?
Back inside Royal Brome Pavilion, Greg Sexton with you on the SPU webcast. As going to the free throw line here is Ned Joyce. Tie ball game at 39 as Moriarty just tied it up with a three a moment ago. Ned Joyce puts the Wildcats back in front. And Joyce on his first trip to the free throw line gets the first and misses the second, but an offensive board here, and the Wildcats keep the possession alive. Murphy will get it to Daniels. He'll take a deep three from the right wing, and that one rims out, and another offensive board. A couple of long rebounds have been controlled by the Wildcats. Daniels will get it to Walters. A lot of contact, no call, and the Falcons the other way with it. Knapp has it knocked out of bounds by Murphy, and the Falcons will keep it down a point. Julian Mora This should have been very noticeable, but he's got quite a knee brace on that right knee. That was the one that kept him out last year. But so far, so good for Julian Mora, redshirt sophomore out of Bend, Oregon. Took the red shirt in after his freshman year. A minute 23 to go in the first half. Jackson Knapp gets to the free throw line for SPU and puts in the first. Knapp is 2 for 2, now 3 for 3 from the line. Does not have a made field goal in this one, but has gotten to the line now a couple of times. And the second one was off the back iron, but Moriarty is there for the offensive rebound. Evans will hand back to Moriarty. Moriarty coming down the lane with the spin move, and Evans is there to tip it back up and in. And the Falcons lead it by 2, 42-40. Evans with 12 points in the ballgame. Evans was right there to just tap it in. Here's a 3 on the way from Cortavius Taylor, and that one is off the mark. Taylor, a freshman out of San Francisco. And couldn't connect on the 3 there. Inside a minute to play. Falcons by 2. And we get a whistle. And we'll see. They're going to get Max Walters, I believe, there. It is his second foul. 2 shots coming up here. And it'll be Knapp back to the free throw line for SPU. He's 3 for 4 at the line. And another couple of opportunities here as the Falcons are in the double bonus. Coming back in for Chico State is Isaiah Brewington and Caden Harris. And Knapp trying to put one more on the board for the Falcons, and he does. He's 5 for 6 from the line here in the first half. And the Falcons lead it by 4. Chico State trying to get back within a possession here. Murphy getting down the lane. Nice pass there to Brewington. And Brewington, the easy lay-in. They collapsed on Murphy and left Brewington open under the bucket. And SPU will call a timeout as they advance it into the front court. 18.9 left on the clock. The shot clock is off. And SPU will try to set up a possession here. Grant Coleman will check back in. Out of Savoy, Illinois. A lot of local products on the Falcons roster, but Trace Evans, obviously, out of New South Wales, Australia. And Nakia Schoenerstedt, who we haven't seen, is out of Vienna, Austria. A lot of players, though, from Washington and Oregon on the Falcons roster. A couple of freshmen from Lake Oswego. I don't think either of them is active. Angus Sutherland and Cole Holm. Falcons with possession. And Mason Landek trying to dribble some clock here. And he gets tied up. Gets the ball to Moriarty. 5 seconds to go. Moriarty will pull up from the free throw line, and that one rattles out. Coleman got the rebound and wasn't able to get it back up on the glass. Falcons lead it by 2, however, at the break, 44-42. Good first half of action here from Royal Brown Pavilion in Seattle. And it's the Falcons with the lead at halftime by a count of 44-42. We will go ahead and take a break here on the SPU webcast. We'll join you when we have a couple minutes left in the halftime break and get you ready for second half action. For now, we're going to step aside on the SPU webcast.
In NCAA Division II, student athletes leave a lasting impression on their communities. That's because Division II student athletes want to make a difference and truly be part of their surrounding communities. Through community engagement, thousands of student athletes from various backgrounds interact with community members who view them as role models. This interaction leaves a positive and perhaps even life-changing impression on all those involved. In Division II, we rise to the opportunity and make community engagement ours.
Being a champion takes more than talent, more than the perfect pass, more than using your head. Being a champion takes the spirit to always push harder, the ability to overcome any hurdle, and the fire to be the best. Welcome to Division II, where the pursuit is yours to create. And the question isn't, can you do it? It's, will you?
Being a champion takes more than skill, more than endless drills, more than using your head. Being a champion takes the heart to give it your all, the agility to thrive from any angle, and the relentless drive to be the best. Welcome to Division 2, where the pursuit is yours to create, and the question isn't, can you do it? It's, will you?
Welcome back inside Royal Browan Pavilion. Greg Sexton with you at halftime. The Falcons with a slim lead over the Chico State Wildcats, 44-42. As we take a look at some of the first half stats, Falcons outshoot the Wildcats 57% to 49%. That is a hallmark of recent SPU teams, as they can shoot the ball. Both teams 33% beyond the arc. And the Falcons go to the free throw line 6 more times in the first half than the Wildcats do. 9 of 12 for the Falcons, 4 of 6 for the Wildcats. Wildcats with the edge in rebounds, 17 to 15. And the turnover is pretty close. Falcons have turned it over 7 times, the Wildcats 6 times. Wildcats have really taken advantage of turnovers quite a bit more. 12 points off turnovers, the Falcons just 4. So kind of a difference there that makes this a close game at 2 points. Individually for Chico State, they get 10 points from Isaiah Kerr, a couple of rebounds as well. And they get 9 points from JoJo Murphy. He's got 2 rebounds and 3 assists. 7 points, 3 rebounds, 6 assists, and a technical foul for Miles Daniels. But Daniels filling up the stat sheet with the 6 assists, pacing the Wildcats in this first half. Seattle Pacific gets a big first half from Trace Evans, 12 points, 5 rebounds, and a steal. And Owen Moriarty had a good first half as well with 9 points, 3 rebounds, and 3 assists. And Henry Sandberg, in his first start, 9 points. He did not actually collect any rebounds or assists, but 9 points in 12 minutes for Henry Sandberg. Perfect from the floor, 4 of 4, and 1 of 1 beyond the arc. Julian Mora with 7 off the bench for SPU as well. And let's, while we have a little bit of time here, take a look at some scores. As I mentioned, the West region made up of 3 conferences, the CCAA, the Pac West, and the GNAC. And so a lot of those teams playing each other tonight. Actually, let's go back to last weekend. Up in Canada, Cal State San Bernardino actually played 3 GNAC teams and beat 2 of them. They lost to St. Martin's, and then they beat Simon Fraser, and they beat Western Oregon. Tonight, one of the scores that caught my eye was Western Oregon beating Cal State Monterey Bay 89 to 88. That game in Ellensburg, Washington. Central Washington hosting Cal State San Bernardino. So Cal State San Bernardino playing their 4th straight GNAC opponent. Another game to keep our eye on tonight is in Bellingham. Western Washington hosting Cal State Dominguez Hills. The first game in Bellingham tonight, a lot of teams doing these double headers. Cal Poly Humboldt beats Simon Fraser 88 to 67. Back to this one here, as second half of action getting underway. Jackson Knapp will inbound it to Mason Landeck. And Landeck will get it to Trace Evans. Evans tried to get it through and did get it through to Moriarty. That one didn't look like it was going to get through, but Moriarty was able to catch it and put it up and in. And the Falcons now a 4-point lead as Moriarty has 11. And Moriarty comes up with the block there on Trey Taylor, but he gets some of the body as well. So Moriarty picks up the foul. And he's going to go have a word with his head coach, as he's going to kind of came up gimpy there. And so we'll see. He actually is going to get checked out by the trainer, Jason DeRocher, real quick, as Trey Taylor gets to the free throw line and misses the first. Taylor with his first trip to the line, just 1 out of 2 from the floor tonight, and now 0 for 1 from the line. And that one is good for Taylor. So he splits a pair and gets the Wildcats back to within 3. Early on, second half. Good ball game here between the Falcons and the Wildcats. Trace Evans drives into the key, kicks it out to Moriarty. Moriarty baseline, and a foul. And they're going to get JoJo Murphy, who is saying that Moriarty hooked him. But the call goes against Murphy. That's his second. Moriarty still out there. He's gonna come out of the game now though, and Julian Mora is gonna come in. So Moriarty was able to kind of play through that, but now is gonna come out. Here's Landek going baseline, kicks it out to Sandberg. A 3 on the way, and that one rims out. That's his first miss of the night. And back the other way, Isaiah Kerr. Shot is blocked, but he draws the foul. And Kerr will head to the free throw line here. Mora commits the foul. That's his first. And Isaiah Kerr, 10 points in the first half. And picks up another one at the stripe there. He was 1 for 2 from the line in the first half. And 1 for 2 on this trip as well. Jackson Knapp with the rebound. Falcons by 2. Under 19 to play here from Royal Borough Pavilion in the Falcons season opener, the Wildcats season opener as well. Evans had it knocked away. And did they get a foul? They did. Foul is called on Miles Daniels. And it'll send Trace Evans to the free throw line. From up here, and again, I don't know that I've mentioned this yet on this broadcast, but on the other end of the court behind some glass, so you can't really hear a lot of the gym audio. Evans misses on the free throw. But it didn't look like there was a lot of contact there. It looked like Evans just had it poked away. But they call a foul, and Evans gets to the stripe and knocks down 1 of 2. Saw a lot of missed free throws in the first game between Cal Poly Pomona and Azusa Pacific. But Cal Poly Pomona hit their free throws down the stretch, and they won the game. This one turned over. Falcons will get it back. But so far in this one, free throw percentage is not terrible. Here is Landek with a step back and leaves it short. The Wildcats shooting 60% from the floor, or from the free throw line rather, and the Falcons shooting 71%. So there's another foul called here. And Mora picks up another foul. Max Walters will check back in out of Soquel, California. Wildcats will inbound it to Murphy, who takes the catch and shoot there from the baseline and puts it in. Murphy's got 11. Here's Knapp getting to the bucket, lays it up and in, takes it strong to the cup. And Jackson Knapp has 7 points. That's his first made field goal. Here's Murphy coming back the other way. A 3 on the way, and he puts it in. And we are tied at 49. Back the other way, Sandberg. And that one well off the mark. Mora was trying to knock it off of Kerr, but Kerr was able to catch it. And Kerr, the alley-oop, so to speak, not a dunk there, but it was an alley-oop to Trey Taylor as he got it up on the glass. And the Wildcats take the lead, 51-49. Evans to Landek. Landek driving down the lane, leaves the floater short. Knapp reverses it up and in. Good move there by Jackson Knapp. And he's able to get the bucket there with his back to the basket. Knapp with 9. Knapp had 5 free throws in the first half, now has a couple of made field goals. And there's Landak coming over to get the steal. And the Falcons back the other way, trying to retake the lead. Knapp spins, kicks it over to Sandberg. Sandberg steps down the baseline, kicks it out. Here's Mora from the corner, and Julian Mora knocks down the corner three. Mora's got 10 off the bench for the Falcons, and they lead it by 3 again. 54-51. Here's Daniels. In the corner, a 3 goes up and in from Max Walters. And it's 54 apiece. And these teams are firing away at each other here. A lot of offense here in the first few minutes of the second half. Trace Evans. And he gets all the way to the bucket and lays it up and in. Wildcats had a couple of players trying to rip that one away, and Evans was able to hang on to it. Here's Kerr back the other way. Blocked. I think that was Sandberg that got to it. He's got it the other way. Mora, another corner 3, and that one is off the mark. Rebound, though. Knapp taps it to Evans, and Evans puts it up and in. And the Falcons have a 4-point lead, 58-54. I think it was actually Kefri Fazio that called the timeout there. 15:33 to go. And the Falcons now lead by 4. And we will take a timeout here on the SP webcast. We'll be back in just a moment. You're watching Falcons basketball.
Being a champion takes more than talent, more than the perfect pass, more than using your head. Being a champion takes the spirit to always push harder, the ability to overcome any hurdle, and the fire to be the best. Welcome to Division 2, where the pursuit is yours to create. And the question isn't, can you do it? It's, will you?
In NCAA Division II, student athletes leave a lasting impression on their communities. That's because Division II student athletes want to make a difference and truly be part of their surrounding communities. Through community engagement, thousands of student athletes from various backgrounds interact with community members who view them as role models. This interaction leaves a positive and perhaps even life-changing impression on all those involved. In Division II, we rise to the opportunity and make community engagement ours.
Back inside Royal Broham Pavilion, Greg Sexton with you on the SP webcast. Falcons lead the Wildcats 58-54. Wildcats were able to get the lead a moment ago, but the Falcons respond with a run. And now the Wildcats go back to work. Down by 4. JoJo Murphy will bring it across midcourt. Here's Kerr handing off to Walters, or to... not to Walters, but Joyce, rather, in the game now. Murphy takes the shot. That one rims out. Down on the floor. A foul called. And the foul's going against Chico State. And this will be another timeout. Did the official just call... He called technicals on both teams here. So JoJo Murphy picks up a technical, and so does Julian Mora. And they each have 3 fouls now. As we are in a timeout, we'll take a quick break here and be right back in just a moment.
Being a champion takes more than talent, more than the perfect pass, more than using your head. Being a champion takes the spirit to always push harder, the ability to overcome any hurdle, and the fire to be the best. Welcome to Division 2, where the pursuit is yours to create. And the question isn't, can you do it? It's, will you?
Back inside Royal Brown Pavilion, Falcons coming back out on the court. The Wildcats did a moment ago as well. And Mora's still out there. Murphy's still out there. They both just picked up a technical. And that offsetting technicals does not result in any free throws for either team. So the Falcons with possession, though. Knapp steps into the lane. Didn't have full control of it. Now Evans goes back to the basket and puts it up and leaves it short. And here's Isaiah Kerr back the other way for the Wildcats. Over in the corner, a three on the way, and it's rebounded by Knapp. Murphy missed on the three there. And Knapp back the other way in transition leaves it short. Murphy taking it back for the Wildcats. Under 14 and a half to play. Entry pass to Brewington. Had a mismatch there with Landeck, and now they go back to him. And Brewington gets the bucket, puts it in, and will get to the free throw line. And draws a foul on Landeck. That was a mismatch there with Brewington on Landeck. Both teams subbing in some players here. Latour and Moriarty is back in the game. Cortavius Taylor and Miles Daniels is back in as well now for Chico State, as a three-point play converted there by Brewington. Now Knapp is going to get plenty of time to set his feet, and he puts in a three. And Jackson Knapp has hit some shots here in the second half after just hitting free throws in the first half. He's got 12 points in the ballgame. 61-56, Falcons by 5. Inside to Brewington, and he's fouled. And they're going to get Moriarty, I believe, on that one. And they are. That is, they don't have him up on the board. It's his third foul. So Mora has 3 and Moriarty has 3. And Isaiah Brewington back to the free throw line. And the freshman out of Los Angeles puts in the free throw. He's got 7. Looking for one more here. And gets it. Nothing but net on both of those. 3-point game. Falcons with the lead, 61-58. Here's Mora to Latour. And now Moriarty will swing it back over to Knapp. Knapp moving to his right. Knapp going baseline, and it's ripped away. It is a held ball, and the possession arrow going in favor of Chico State. So Cortavius Taylor will inbound. And now here's Daniels. Daniels kicks it back out to Taylor for a 3, and he puts it down. Cortavius Taylor with his first 3 points of the ball game. And we're tied at 61. Couple of good ball games tonight. Cal Poly Pomona ended up winning by 8, but that was a real tight game for the vast majority of it. And this one here, too, neither team able to break away from the other. As this one knocked out, it'll stay with the Falcons with 8 on the shot clock. 12:41 to play in the game. Falcons will take it out underneath the basket. And I think the official was just maybe signaling to Chico State to not come out on the floor there. Kevin Medor still taking a step or two out there. Moriarty throws it away. And Taylor is able to pick it off and get it to Murphy. And the Wildcats with a chance to take the lead here. Here's Daniels cutting down the lane, and that one up and in. It hung up on the rim for a second. Wildcats by 2, 63-61. Here is Moriarty, and that one off the mark. Wildcats with the rebound, and they're on a run here. 7-0 run. The last couple of minutes of play. Here's Isaiah Kerr taking a quick three, and he misses on that one off the front rim. A little bit of a heat check there, as he was trying to put the Wildcats up by a couple of possessions. Here's Latour, a quick three from the right wing, and that one's off the mark. That is one that it's a little quick, but Latour can hit those as Brewington gets down the lane and can't connect, and Evans with the rebound. Here's Mora now. Mora going to pull up in transition and miss on the three. And the Wildcats back the other way. Daniels gets fouled by Moriarty, and that'll be the fourth on Owen Moriarty. And that is going to take us to a timeout on the floor here. Moriarty with 4 fouls. Wildcats up by 2, 63-61. We'll be right back. Back inside Royal Broham Pavilion, Greg Sexton with you on the SPU webcast as Chico State has scored the last 7 to take the lead, 63-61. And we take a look at the team stats. Both teams now shooting 51% from the floor. Miles Daniels will head to the free throw line. Chico State shooting a better percentage from beyond the arc as well. Daniels misses, and the rebound chased down. It was a 1-and-1. They throw it back out, and Murphy is able to corral it. And now Murphy's going to take a three, and that one off the mark. Knapp had it, lost it. A fight for it underneath, and a loose ball on the floor is tied up. Daniels wanted a timeout there, but it is a held ball there, and the Falcons get it back on the alternating possession as Ned Joyce will check back in for Chico State. Falcons down 2 as Knapp inbounds to Landek. And here's Landek taking a three. And the Falcons have been doing that too much lately. Just taking quick threes. And that one is off the mark. And well off the mark at that. Here's Kerr. Cross court for Taylor. And he walked to the basketball. Falcons get bailed out there. You can kind of sense the momentum going Chico State's way. But it's just a 2-point game. And the Falcons just need to settle down and put some good possessions together here. Working inside. Here's Sandberg. He's going to step inside the arc and puts up the baseline jumper, but couldn't connect on it. And the Wildcats back the other way. And this one, the call going on the Wildcats. I didn't hear what the official said there. Obviously, I'm, like I said, behind some glass in a room up here. Evans is fouled. And that is Trey Taylor. As now Cortavius Taylor will check out and Caden Harris back in. Falcons will take it out underneath the basket. Coming up on 10 minutes to play in this game, and it's been a tight one. Chico State by 2. Falcons trying to tie or take the lead on this possession. I'd like to see them with a 2-point shot here. Sandberg steps into the key, pulls up, and leaves it short. And Knapp on the floor, hustling for the rebound, but he couldn't get to it. Murphy pulls it away. Murphy alley-oop there for Taylor. And Taylor draws the foul. 9:45 to play, and the foul committed by Landek there. Just his second. Moriarty is off the floor with 4 fouls. And Mora will check in for Landek here. Falcons have their starting 5 minus Moriarty. They have Latour in. Trey Taylor goes to the free throw line and hits the 1-and-1, the front end of the 1-and-1. As Ned Joyce, I believe, was the one that just checked in for Isaiah Kerr, as the front end was converted there, but the back end was not. 3-point lead for the Wildcats. Under 9.5 to play here from Royal Brown Pavilion. Here's Julian Mora lining up a 3, and that one pops out. And the Falcons have gone cold from beyond the arc. They need to... That was not a bad shot by Julian Mora there. Some of the threes they've taken, though, they've rushed them. You'll take that from Mora, though. Here's a 3. Oh, actually, Murphy steps inside and a little too strong off the glass, but an offensive board. Miles Daniels gets the bucket. He couldn't convert, but Trey Taylor is there, and the Wildcats still with possession. Murphy stepping in, kicking it out to Taylor. And now Daniels over to Joyce in the corner, and Joyce rattles home a 3. And the Wildcats lead it by 6. And the Falcons desperately need to turn this momentum here. Falcons have gone cold. Latour gets it to Evans. And now Sandberg with it. Mora down in the post for Evans. And he leaves it short, but he gets his own rebound. Puts it back up and in. And Kefri Fazio gets a timeout called. Evans with 19 in the ballgame. Falcons within 4, 67-63. A lot of time left, 8:09 to play. And we will step aside here on the SPU webcast. We'll be back in just a moment.
In NCAA Division II, student athletes leave a lasting impression on their communities. That's because Division II student athletes want to make a difference and truly be part of their surrounding communities. Through community engagement, thousands of student athletes from various backgrounds interact with community members who view them as role models. This interaction leaves a positive and perhaps even life-changing impression on all those involved. In Division II, we rise to the opportunity and make community engagement ours.
Being a champion takes more than talent, more than the perfect pass, more than using your head. Being a champion takes the spirit to always push harder, the ability to overcome any hurdle, and the fire to be the best. Welcome to Division II, where the pursuit is yours to create. And the question isn't, can you do it? It's will you.
Falcons down 4 as we return to Royal Brown Pavilion. Chico State shooting 48% from the floor, and SPU shooting 47%, but they're just 5 of 20 beyond the arc, and they've missed a lot of threes here in the second half in particular, as Chico State has out-rebounded SPU by 9, 34-25. We get a whistle here. I think they just said they say the clock didn't start. I think the clock did start. Maybe it was the shot clock that didn't start. Looks like they started that too, but maybe a second late. 2 seconds came off the game clock, 1 off the shot clock. And we'll see if they are going to change that or leave it as is. Official having a lengthy discussion. Actually, what happened there was they put some time back on the game clock. It was 8:05, and also the shot clock. There's less time on it. The official now explaining that to Kevin Medor. 9 on the shot clock as the Wildcats will keep possession here. And this one comes into Caden Harris. 6 on the shot clock. Wildcats letting the players on the court know. And there is a 3 from Miles Daniels. And the Wildcats go up by 7. 70-63. Still a lot of time left here. Falcons have really got to get this momentum turned. Grant Coleman gets it to Mora, and Mora is fouled. As Isaiah Kerr will check back in. Mora will take it out on the sideline and get it into Coleman. Falcons setting up a possession here. They need to stay within arm's length. Here's Jackson Knapp, plenty of time to set his feet, and misses everything. And it's just been that kind of second half, particularly the last several minutes for the Falcons. They're looks like they're getting a little tight out there at home here. Trying to stay in this one. Murphy draws the foul on the floor. They don't give him the continuation. Jonas Latour commits the foul. And now Moriarty coming back in with 4 fouls. Landek back in as well. And 2 shots for JoJo Murphy. And actually, I check that. It is a 1-and-1. Murphy knocks down the front end, though. He's got 12 in the ball game. And the Wildcats with an 8-point lead and now a 9-point lead. Murphy goes 2 of 2. 13 points for JoJo Murphy. 9-point lead for Chico State. 72-63. The Falcons led for a lot of this game, but they've let it slip. Still some time. Is that one over to Grant Coleman for a 3, and he knocks it in. And the Falcons, you'd like if they were able to get to the bucket a little bit more. Trace Evans has been about the only one that's been able to do that. But Coleman, though, knocks down the 3, and it's a timely one as the Falcons are back within 6 with 6:15 to go. Here's Harris backing down on Knapp, puts it up over him and rims it out. And Coleman got his hands on it initially, but then Knapp ends up controlling it for SPU. Mora steps inside, swings it back out. Now Moriarty, a corner 3, and that one is off the rim. And Miles Daniels with the rebound, looking a little gimpy there. 6-point lead for the Wildcats with 5:40 to play. Here's Murphy driving down the lane, kicks it out in the corner, a three up and off the mark. And we get a whistle as Isaiah Kerr missed on the three there. I could not see that corner from up here. But the foul going on JoJo Murphy, and that is his fourth. And so he will come to the sideline, and so does Daniels. Grant Coleman hasn't played a ton tonight, but he's got some size and misses on the front end of a 1-on-1 though. Falcons could use a little more size, the kind of a smaller lineup. Knapp is 6'7". And of course they have Evans. This one through to the corner, another three, and that one misses. That one was from Caden Harris. Falcons with the rebound, down 6. Just over 5 minutes to play. Falcons don't need to get it all back on one possession. Here is a three, though, from Coleman, and that one is well off the mark. He just hit one a moment ago, but missed everything on that one. And the Falcons really could use some diversification in their offense. This one is off the hands of Brewington. And now Brewington is down behind the play as the Falcons go the other way. Moriarty pulls up and knocks in a three as Isaiah Brewington is down. I think he got hit up around the neck as Chico State will take a timeout here. And Brewington being tended to by a trainer. He's going to have to come out. Murphy back in. And Trey Taylor back in for Chico State. Moriarty hits the three to get the Falcons back within 3. And it's now 14 points for Owen Moriarty in the ball game. Moriarty out there with 4 fouls. JoJo Murphy has 4 fouls for the Wildcats as well. A lot of times you see the big guys get in foul trouble, but it's the smaller guys so far tonight. Murphy being guarded by Julian Mora. And drives and pulls up and off the mark. Mora with the defense there is able to get a miss there from Murphy. Here's Moriarty driving down the lane. Scoops it up and off the mark. Cortavius Taylor is able to save it in for Murphy. Murphy finds Trey Taylor going all the way down. And a great pass there from JoJo Murphy to Trey Taylor for the bucket. Taylor has 8. 74-69, Chico State by 5. Julian Mora gets a good look at a 3 and leaves it short. Falcons can shoot from beyond the arc, but they have missed a bunch of them, particularly here in the second half. Here's JoJo Murphy. As the clock ticking down toward 3 minutes to go. Murphy can't connect on that one, and Landek ends up with a loose ball. Landek will pull up for 3, and that one rims out. That is not what the Falcons want. They are a good three-point shooting team, but the way this is going, though, they just need to get into an offensive set and find a good shot. Here's JoJo Murphy. Cortavius Taylor going to take a 3 from the top of the key, and that one off the back iron, no good. Rebound to Landek. And the Falcons will set up a possession here with just under 2.5 to go. Still just a 2-possession game. Here is Knapp. And he had it knocked away. And they're going to say it was off of Knapp, as no Wildcats touched it. There was a little bit of contact there, though, and no foul either. So that one going against the Falcons. And we will get to a timeout here with 2:19 to go. Chico State by 5, 74-69. We'll be right back. Back inside Royal Brown Pavilion, 2:19 to go. Chico State by 5, as they have the edge slightly in field goal percentage, 45% to 44, but a 10 rebound edge, 41 to 31 on the glass. And Chico State has 13 offensive boards to 7 for SPU. And that has been the difference in this one, as the Wildcats lead by 5. They have possession. Still a lot of time left in this one, but things are going to really have to start to turn in the Falcons' favor in order for them to complete a comeback here. Falcons had the lead for a lot of the first half and the beginning of the second half. Here's Kerr with the floater off the mark, and Trey Taylor tried to get to it and couldn't. Falcons back the other way. Mora cross court for Latour, and now he'll get it to Moriarty, and Moriarty will set up a play. Trace Evans back out there. Moriarty looking for him. Moriarty down the lane, and he puts it up and in. And it's a 3-point game, as Owen Moriarty has 16. And let's see here. We get Miles Daniels coming up, Gimpy. And Daniels will go to the bench. And not sure if he just took a knee from somebody else to his knee, or if I didn't see what it was that caused him to come up gimpy. But Chico State with possession, under a minute and a half to go. They lead by 3. And an important possession for the Wildcats and for the Falcons defensively. Here's Kerr. And it's knocked away. Julian Mora comes up with the steal. And it gets fouled as well. 1:11 to play. Caden Harris commits the foul. Isaiah Brewington going to check back in here, along with Max Walters for Chico State, as Cortavius Taylor and Trey Taylor come to the bench. Julian Mora to the free throw line, and this is going to be a 1-and-1. Falcons have committed 9 team fouls in the second half, and the Wildcats have committed 8. And so both teams in the bonus, not the double bonus at the moment. Mora, though, knocks down the first free throw. And he'll get one more. And it's good. Julian Mora gets the Falcons back to within 1 with 1:11 to play. And this one is going to come down to the wire here at Royal Brown Pavilion. JoJo Murphy will get it to Kerr. Isaiah Kerr driving. Gets it to Brewington. Back to Kerr. Evans switches onto Kerr. Now Evans back in the key. They go to Kerr. He reverses it up. Couldn't get it to go. Latour comes over with the block. And Latour with a clean block there. Out of bounds. It'll still be Chico State's ball. But Latour with the block on Brewington. 4 seconds left on the shot clock for the Wildcats. They get it into Brewington. Evans on him. Brewington steps back. Couldn't get the shot to go. Loose ball on the floor. And did the Falcons lose it out of bounds there? It is going to be Chico State's ball. As Landak was trying to get to it. 1 point game, 39 seconds left. Here's Murphy. Murphy going to run some clock. 15 on the shot clock. Now down to 30 on the game clock. About a 20-second differential. Murphy going to pull up for a three. That's off the back iron. Latour wrestles it away. And the Falcons with possession. The shot clock is off, and Mason Landak will dribble it into the front court and call a timeout with 16.7 left. And the Falcons are going to have an opportunity to win it on their final possession here. Let's see if they take it all the way down. They're down just one. So any shot, 2 or 3, would give them the lead. But let's see if they can find a good shot. They have been putting up threes quite a bit tonight and missing on many of them. But they're still right there, down 1 with 16.7 left on the clock. Kefri Fazio going to draw up a play. And we'll see what comes out of this. We will keep it here on the SPU webcast. We're in a full timeout, but not going anywhere here. Falcons now shooting 45%. The Wildcats have cooled off just a little bit, now down to 42%. Wildcats still, though, with a big edge on the glass, 44-33. Wildcats, though, have turned it over 14 times. The Falcons, 11. And still, though, the Wildcats with the edge in points off turnovers, 17-12 in that statistical category. Here they come, back out onto the floor. 16.7 left on the clock. And it's Landak. And it's knocked away. And they're going to say Harris kicked it. And the Falcons catch a break there. So, just .2 came off. Landak will inbound again. And this time he gets it into Taylor. Hands back to Landak. Dribbling at the top of the key on Caden Harris. Landak loses it. And down on the floor, did they say Chico State got the timeout there? Kevin Medor is trying to get his players off the floor as they all kind of piled out onto the floor there. Timeout called here. And I believe Chico State had possession and got a timeout. 5.1 left on the clock. And the Falcons unable to do anything on that last possession. So, I believe this will be the Wildcats' ball. Falcons are going to have to foul very quickly with just 5.1 to go. And Caden Harris will inbound. Falcons have got to get a quick foul here. Harris takes another timeout. getting close to 5 seconds. And Harris will get another timeout called there. No time came off the clock. 5.1 left. Falcons had 16 and change left on the clock and had a possession and couldn't do anything with it. And now they're kind of behind the 8 ball. Still down just 1 though, even if they do get a foul quickly on the Wildcats. Wildcats would not be able to go up by more than 3, assuming they don't foul a 3-point shooter. But both teams talking things over. Falcons have hung in there tonight, but they have had stretches where they just have been casting up threes. And a lot of them ill-advised. And of course, as I've mentioned a couple of times now, Chico State with a pretty big edge on the glass. This one in to Max Walters, and he's fouled right away with 4.2 to go. So the Falcons do get the quick foul. They have the kind of a smaller lineup out there. Trace Evans not on the floor. Moriarty, Landek, Sandberg, Latour, and Mora. And presumably any of them can hit a 3, which is probably what the Falcons are going to need here as Walters knocks down both, and they are down 3 with 4.2 to play. They'll take another timeout, and we'll see who they bring back out onto the floor. As this will be a 30-second timeout. We'll keep it here. 76-73, Chico State with the lead over SPU. And 4.2 left, so time to get up a 3. I think they have to bring it out of the backcourt, though. Grant Coleman going to check in. And we'll see who they bring out there after this timeout. Kefri Fazio talking things over with his squad. And Kevin Medor talking things over with his squad. Sandberg, Moriarty, Landek, Mora, and Coleman out there. Latour goes to the bench. For the Wildcats, Walters, Kerr, Daniels, Murphy, and Harris. And yeah, the Falcons have to go the length of the floor here to get it into Landek, and he's fouled with 2.4, and that's a smart play there. Miles Daniels commits the foul on Landek. And did they have one to give? I think they did. It's going to be a 1-and-1. So not exactly a foul to give, but they're going to send Landek to the free throw line with just 2.4 left. And he will have a 1-and-1. So the Falcons are going to have a lot break right for them here as Landek misses on the first free throw. Knocked out of bounds by Brewington, though. 0.8 on the clock. They're gonna take a look at this on the monitor and make sure that they are getting the call right. As they called it out off of Chico State, so the Falcons would still have another opportunity for a quick catch and shoot, and it would have to be quick. They will review, first of all, who the ball went out off of, and they will also review the time on the clock. And so we'll see if they make a change to either of those. Brewington has, he's over on the bench now. He's kind of fought a war tonight for the Wildcats. Gotten banged up a bit. As they're going to take a good look at this one. On the monitor, Chico State with a 3-point lead. If they reverse the call and give the ball to the Wildcats, that will effectively end things. Azusa Pacific, I think they had some players just watching the game, and now they are taken off, which probably is they don't really care who wins this game. They just wanted to scout. Really, both of these teams. Azusa Pacific will take on Chico State tomorrow. They will see the Falcons down in Southern California next weekend. Falcons are going to play a bunch of games here because they have Dominguez Hills in here on Monday. Not to mention Cal Poly Pomona tomorrow. They will be at Washington for an exhibition game on Wednesday, and then they'll have games on Friday and Saturday down in Southern California as well. Let's see. Still no official ruling here. If the Falcons keep it, they will still have a slight chance. We'll see if they put any time back on the clock. It's been a good ball game. Chico State really, though, has kind of taken over in the second half, and the Falcons have been unable to complete the comeback so far. This is going to be SPU's ball, and Landeck is going to inbound it. 1.2 on the clock. Landeck looking for Mora. He's going to take the three from the corner, and he misses. It's off the mark. Mora did get a decent look at that, but Chico State had a couple of defenders on him, and the shot off the mark. And that was basically how this game went for SPU, as they missed 3 after 3 after 3. And they end up going 7 for 28 beyond the arc, just 25%, which is not going to get it done when you put up 28 threes. As this one, a final Chico State winning game 1 here at Royal Brown Pavilion by a count of 76-73. Wildcats go to 1-0. Falcons dropped to 0-1. They were in this game though. They're going to get Cal Poly Pomona tomorrow, and that'll be a good test for them as well. As Falcons end up out shooting the Wildcats 44% to 42%, but beyond the arc, the Wildcats were more efficient a little bit. 9 out of 24 for 38%. That's actually quite a bit more efficient. Falcons were 7 of 28, as I mentioned, beyond the arc. Free throws were pretty even. Both teams missed 6 free throws in the game. The Wildcats were 13 of 19. The Falcons were 12 of 18. But a big edge on the glass for the Wildcats, 44 to 34. They had 16 offensive boards. And this game had some ties and some lead changes. 7 ties, 9 lead changes. Chico State took over down the stretch, and the Wildcats, or the Falcons rather, were not quite able to respond. They made it interesting. They made it a one-possession game at the end. Miles Daniels with a double-double, and not too far from a triple-double, as he had 12 points, 10 assists, and 7 rebounds. And JoJo Murphy leads the way in scoring for the Wildcats, 16 points, 7 rebounds, 4 assists. So he filled up the stat sheet some as well. He had 2 steals. Daniels also had a steal. And Isaiah Kerr goes for 11 points and 8 rebounds. Kerr leading the Wildcats in rebounds, as they got 7 apiece from Daniels and Murphy. And 8 points from Trey Taylor, 8 points from Isaiah Brewington off the bench, and he chipped in 4 rebounds. So did Trey Taylor as well. Both of them had 8 points and 4 rebounds for Chico State. For the Falcons, they had a big first half from Trace Evans, but he does get the double-double, 19 points and 11 rebounds for Trace. He had an assist and a steal and a block as well. But really in the second half, did not have the same opportunities that he did in the first half. He went 9 for 12 from the floor, so really a solid game for the big man from Australia. But late in the second half, the Falcons were just casting up threes too often, and it did not work out for them. Owen Moriarty finishes with 16 points, 4 rebounds, 3 assists. He had a steal. 5 out of 13 from the floor, but he went 4 of 4 from the free throw line. And the Falcons also get 12 from Jackson Knapp, 6 rebounds for him as well. And he goes 5 out of 6 at the free throw line. I believe those were all in the first half. He went 3 out of 5 from the floor, 1 out of 3 from beyond the arc. And Julian Mora also chips in 12 points, 3 steals for Mora, 1 rebound, 2 assists. But the Falcons fall short here on their home floor. Falcons only played 8 players in this game, and the Wildcats ended up playing 11, as the Wildcats get it done 76-73. We got more basketball. We got volleyball for you tomorrow too. Falcons volleyball team will be playing Western Washington at 1 o'clock, and then we'll have a couple more basketball games coming up, as Chico State will play Azusa Pacific at 5:15, and then the Falcons will get Cal Poly Pomona here at 7:30. So full day tomorrow. We'll have all the action on the SPU webcast. That'll do it for tonight's broadcast. The Falcons drop Game 1, 76-73 to the Chico State Wildcats. Have a good night. We'll talk to you tomorrow.